Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So today class we are going to just see some sample demonstration of how the software as a service example. Okay, software as a service. So and as a first step in Microsoft Azure, first you need to go to the portal.azure.com. Once you log in, create a resource group and select the region and click the button where review and create. See, I noticed that in last class also we said the way of working in cloud is easy, simple, but for sake of understanding, I give an example form-based entry, but the correct name for this one is configuration-based development. Okay, everything is a configuration here. Actually, you are not filling form, but you are configured that. According to your configuration, the things will be deployed here. Okay, so create. So the new resource group is created. Okay, so now I want to go for a machine learning, some ML. Exercise. Okay, here is my Friday class. Machine learning. So click Azure machine learning. Currently no machine learning. I'm creating a machine learning. So what happened before this class, I did the AWS class. So the exercise, I got confused. So that's the problem. If you work in multiple clouds, sometimes you will mess up the things. Okay, so instead of this one, I can show you how similar this and AWS. So I can show you a machine learning example in AWS, and then I can come back here. Okay. So how to log into AWS the same way, like a portal.azure. I'm just showing how similarity both, so that it will help you or give you an opportunity also how the AWS looks like. Okay. You see here how for the Microsoft Cloud, I'm logging in portal.azure. The same way I need to log in into the console. They name it as a console, only a different name. Okay. So I'm logging as a user. Don't worry about all this. Just it's an stage. I'm trying to unlock my AWS account. Okay, so I don't want to waste today time. I can show this demo on Monday. Okay, I don't want to waste on this time. Sorry about that. So today let's continue our theory class. Okay, so Monday I can give you this demonstration. Is that okay? Someone can acknowledge. Okay, Monday I can give the demo. Sorry about that, because if I go for this, it will take much time. Then I can move on the third model. Okay, today let's start with the third model, and then we can come back on this second model demonstration again on Monday. But also I will try to see is that what else is the way we can able to give you some quick hands-on for you. Okay, to have the taste of the cloud computing. So we see this ameya. So, okay. So far, we have discussed about the core services of Azure, also the solutions of Azure. So, which means you are a little bit, coming above and above the cloud. Okay, so now you have answers of cloud computing means they are providing rental of not only the core product, also some of the complete software solutions also, right? In this model, the module 3, we are going to discuss about some of the securities. What kind of securities they are providing as a rental, what kind of privacy they are providing or offering, and what are the compliance. Compliance means the standards. Okay, in simple terms, if I put I go rent my vehicle or car in a rental company. So the car is the core service. Then suddenly we will ask, are you providing me the insurance also, the duration, whatever the duration I'm renting, because that is a security, right? So they will say, yes, you pay some extra money, you will get this insurance on flexible insurance, right? Also, is it compliance with that road standard in India, the compliance certificate or the RC book, right? Those are all the necessary document you should carry while you are driving, right? That is equivalent of the compliance, okay? And the trust, okay, is this really the vehicle is good? If I drive, it should not break, failure, because I'm not checking anything. I just come and renting out the vehicle, right? How should I trust this vehicle? For that, what is the answer Azure is having? So that is what we are going to see. Technically speaking, in IT world, the security means server all are okay. I need an antivirus. I need a firewall. I need a CCTV. Someone should not enter into a data center, took the hard disk, run away. Then what will happen? All data is there. How are you telling that it is secured? Right? And then say the physical security is one thing, and then the software security is another thing. So what kind of antivirus you are using? Because tomorrow you should not simply say that somebody is hacked my server and they loot all my data. Okay, if data loss, it's a billions of dollars, right? You should not say. Also, you are a public cloud provider. Myself and my competitor both are in the same system. How do you ensure my privacy is prevented? How do you ensure my data others are not viewing? Or how should I safeguard myself? Okay, that kind of thing. Also, I'm doing business across globe. For example, I'm doing business in India, I'm doing business in America, I'm doing business in Europe. The government law states that all users of America data should store in America itself. It should not go out. All data, for example, my team is using like this Aadhaar information. The government of India strictly instruct whichever company using Aadhaar information, the data should not go outside of India. Right, the data should store. So I can't create a server in US and use this Aadhaar data there and processing. No, it's not. That is called a compliance. How should, as a company, how should I follow all this, implement all this? Okay, that's why I said the module 3 and module 4 is not the engineer is the audience, but still it is good to know you have a complete knowledge about this. So the first portion here, we are going to discuss more about the networking part. For example, defense in depth, firewall, denial of distributed service, network security group, and more. These are all some of the networking related security concepts we are going to see. Also, we are going to look about the Azure identity, authentication, authorization, and multi-factor authentication. Basically, how Microsoft is helping you to authenticate the user who is using your service is the actual user. There should not be some fake user. How do you authorize that user? And how do you send the OTP, MFA, everything? Okay. Then some of the security tools, what Microsoft Azure is offering. Okay. So everything is available on the shelf. If you start using that, you need to pay money. That is the system. And the last topic we are going to discuss about the governance, compliance, and monitoring. Okay. As I said, from the exam perspective, yes, you need to know all this. In this model, you will take around some 10 plus questions. Planning objectives. Okay. How security responsibility shared with Azure. Okay, this is same like in the other one. Okay, we'll come back. How identity management provide protection even outside your network, and learn how encryption capability built in Azure can protect your data. First, let's understand logically how these securities, okay, they are provided. Okay, so this is the conceptual view. Okay, to keep a very high level explaining how security options can be targeted at each layer. What may be done? The very first one is the physical. Let's read from top to bottom. The first one is the physical security. Physical security means Azure is employing the security guards, 24/7 security guards. And they deployed a CCTVs across the building, inside, outside, everything. Okay, CCTVs. And then they given them all the fire extinguisher, fire safety, all the things Microsoft Azure is providing. Okay, so you don't need to take care of anything, you don't need to worry of anything. Even to be frank, what they are doing is, if any person in the physical building, they don't have any access into the data center. And whoever is going inside the data center, they don't have any access to the servers, like that. Okay, and they are monitoring everything, 24/7. They are monitoring. That is the physical security. Okay, and then the next one is the identity and access. This is nothing but who can able to access, or who can able to access the building, or who can able to access the servers. They have a separate process and methodology. That is what identity and access. Okay. Not only from Azure perspective, even you, okay, this is Azure is giving us guarantee. I have the separate method process, who can allow to enter or exit, who can allow to, for example, for maintenance purpose, who is allowed to perform the maintenance of the servers. I have a separate strategy for that, like that. And they are recommending as a user also. You remember, if you go for infrastructure as a service, the servers only they are responsible. All the application data, you are responsible as a user. Then they are telling, I will take care of the hardware identity access, but you are responsible for your application access. Okay, and what traffic is coming, that is you are responsible. Okay, that's what they are telling. And then next one is the perimeter level security. Okay, perimeter means this is where your network comes. So I have a VMs. I have 10 VMs. So all 10 VMs they are telling putting inside your network. Don't just put it everywhere. But that's the reason when you are creating a VM, automatically the virtual network they are giving you. Okay, you can put, you remember last class also, finally I showed you how to create a virtual network. Okay, so virtual network is a perimeter level security. Okay, so the network obviously gives some kind of a control. It's a fence of your services. And then compute. So compute level, how do you secure? The people may attack. Compute level attack means, imagine you are running one website. So I am an against of your business. Simply what I do is I create one Python program and asking the Python program, hit this website. Hit means just a curl command. It's a one-line command. Browse the website. Instead of manually, programmatically I'm browsing. And I put that command inside a for loop. The for loop I say 1 to 1 million. Then what happened? 1 million requests hit my website and my website will be crashed. You understood that, okay? So that is what it's a famous attack nowadays. Okay, that is called DDoS attack. Or other ways I can put it. Let's imagine one supermarket in Trichy, like a Mangal and Mangal or somebody. Okay, you know, right? They are doing a supermarket business. So what I'm doing, I want to bring down that business. What is the way? I can just hire some 10,000 people freely, 10,000 or 100, or some 10,000 people, asking them, just get into the shop, but don't buy anything. So they will be filled the entire shop. Then the actual buyer can't able to enter the shop. But these people is simply roaming there. So actually there are more people, but no business. So this kind of attack is called DDoS attack. If I want to pull down the Amazon, I write a small 10-line Python program. And in that program, I'm telling that, okay, hit the Amazon.com like 10 million times at a time. Okay, then the actual user can't able to go there. Okay, so that kind of things, that is called as a compute attack. Then application, okay, application attack. And then finally the data. The data is much, I mean, you won't believe that the people are spending billions of dollars to save the data. Okay, data, if something happen, it's a huge impact for any organizations. Okay, so, but the cloud computing is telling I'm offering security at the different level. So whatever I am owning, I am providing. Whatever you are owning, you need to take care of that.
You can.
Yeah.
Can we protect by using these security policies as a hacker? Hello?
No. Your question is with the help of a hacker, can we protect this? That's what.
Yeah. I mean, it is used for this. I mean, security policies. Whatever we use this for security policies, it will be. I mean, protect for that. Who are the hackers?
Yeah. No, they are using it. See, this slide tells a overall view, general view. For example, in physical security means there is not one way. It's a multiple way you need to physical secure. One is the humans, you hire a security guards 24/7. The number 2, you implement an CCTV. Number 3, you should have a fire extinguisher. You don't know if something fire happened. Not only thief, the fire or some natural calamity. And number 4, like this, the same way for this application or the data security, what they are telling is, I am having some encryption. I am having the security policy. I am having all these people. They are all available. Okay. So I am safeguarding whatever I am accountable. But whatever you are accountable, you need to take a rental from me and safeguard yourself. Everything is available as a rental service. You need to take and use it. Okay. You guys booked a ticket in online, right? So for example, IRCTC something, right? They say that if you want to protect your travel, there is insurance policies available. Right? Like this, they say, these all options available at my end. If you want that insurance, you take that insurance. That is one example. Otherwise, you will see more. This one is a general overview guideline. Okay. You will see the subsequent slides. You will. But definitely hackers all are there. See, I don't know. You guys heard last Friday, last Friday only, 8 days, 10 days back. In Canada, the Rogers network down for almost more than 48 hours. It's purely because of the hacking. We never ever experienced, you know, right, in Canada, how much the security, how safety they are, right? Each and every steps, but still incidents are happening. Okay, you can't able to say anything on that. The complicated.
Even after we fix the bugs also in that online whatever.
Yeah.
So they are trying to come into inside of the data.
Yeah, exactly. They come into inside. They just, I mean, missed the whole thing. I mean, still it's like
So,
an kind of an.
These cybersecurity guys are doing this to protect this servers by using the many penetration testings and all.
After that incident, what are all the side effects now? The side effect is now every industry, everyone now they started. I mean, hiring the cyber security, hiring the data security, hiring the data guys like, I mean, exponentially increased because everyone is scared now. Like something is happening in our. Just 1 second, I need to take this call. Sorry, I need to take up that call. So, okay. So this slide just for a knowledge purpose, no, nothing for exam or others. But this one tells about from security perspective, who is responsible for what. Okay. As I said, in infrastructure as a service, all the infrastructures, for example, your hardware, hard disk, server, current, electricity, cooling, they are all Microsoft is responsible. It means what? If your server is down because of hardware, your application is not working, they will pay you back some penalty. Okay. Any security breach happened at the hardware level, they are responsible. Okay. But anything happen above the hardware, then the customer is responsible, so that you need to regularly patch, update everything. But in the infrastructure level, patch everything, I mean, specific to Vidyasagar, they will take care. That is what sometimes you guys used to do, right? The OS level patching, something. They are all will be taken care by them. And you never experience there is some patch is going, something is going. Operating system update, everything they are taking care. Okay. So now move on to the PaaS. In PaaS, again, all the hardware plus the operating system, they are taken care. And application code, for example, Oracle database, the developer platform, that is what PaaS, right? In that, you both will take care, both will be responsible. How? The Oracle patches, they will deploy. The creating databases inside that, creating tables, you are responsible. Granting the sufficient permission in the table, that is you are responsible. You not created any permissions in the tables that anyone can access, then your data may be lost or someone can steal it. Okay, if that kind of case, the customer is responsible. Okay, the same for SaaS model. In SaaS model, if you look, they are taking care of up to some level. Then other things, for example, whatever data you are storing, if you are not encrypt the data, then you are responsible. Okay, but this all isn't just distinguish between who is responsible for what. To be frank, as a developer or for us, we no need to mind all this. This all should be taken care by the architect or the directors. They need to worry about this. I don't know, for Pratush, it's make boring this one or not, but just for examination, you should know all this.
Yeah.
Okay, but for exam perspective, yes, next end is bad, and here all these wordings. Okay. After that, you don't need to know. Okay, fine. Then the firewall. Okay, so they are providing rental for firewall also. Okay, so firewall as a service. Okay, typically, if I have 100 machines, obviously I need firewall to distinguish, to stop any malware or something entering into my network. Okay, also I have a public faced services, Amazon.com, which is a public facing service. They should not enter into my database directly. So to prevent all this, so I'm having a firewalls. The same way for application, Azure application gateway, also their web application firewall. So in exam, they will ask two things. What kind of firewalls you are getting? Either one is this normal Azure firewall, another one is an application-based web application firewall. Okay, there are two firewalls. Out of these two, one question you will get it. But basically, what firewall will help? It helps to protect your network resources. Okay. If the question comes for a web, they will ask inbound, outbound protection for your web application. Okay, how to protect inbound and outbound traffic traffic for your web application means, then you need to choose the answer web application firewall. But overall, firewall means it protects your resources. So firewall is, you can imagine like it's a compound wall surrounding your house. Okay. Then what is distributed denial of service? These all are new to you. As I said, these all are network engineers. They know that. DDoS is nothing but it is a famous one. As I told you one example a few minutes before. One supermarket is there. I want to, bring down the business of supermarket. I don't need to do much. Just simply send some 1,000 people to that supermarket and ask them don't buy anything. Okay, so that the actual customer can't able to enter the shop. The same kind of things today many hackers are doing. They just create a small Python program and hit the website with millions of requests. So here is the risk. If you enabled scalability, so or elasticity. What is elasticity? If more requests come, automatically scale will happen. Expand my resources. If less resources come, contrast. So if this kind of attack comes, for example, you configured every 100 request, deploy additional new server. Each server is ₹1, let's say. Okay. So if you configure, you thought that, oh, it is safe, my business will not, I will not lose any single customer. You enable this as a scalability in cloud. So these attackers, right, these hackers, what they will do, they create one small Python program and they say that go and meet 2 crore requests at a second. Okay, just it's a simple request. Then what happened? Your cloud immediately because your cloud doesn't know whether it is a fake request or it is a genuine. Somebody sitting Amazon.com, that's all. Then automatically it will spin more than, like, for example, 2000 crore record means obviously 200 servers it will scale. Sorry, 200 lakh server, something, okay, 200 lakh. Then within a second, you lost 0.2 million, 200 lakh rupees within second. Okay, that kind of risk is there in cloud. Okay, it's not that much, easy. So to prevent that, okay, so maybe the question comes, oh, this is very scary. My business itself is something like 100 lakhs or something. If this comes, it will eat up I go as an the wall, right? So how to protect? They say there is a DDoS service available, utilize the service, use, but you need to pay rent for that. Okay, but okay, coming back for exam, yes, in exam they will ask, what is DDoS? Don't forget this definition, distributed denial of service protection. Okay, don't forget this word. Also, what is DDoS? DDoS, it sanitize the how you can protect this DDoS. You need to sanitize the unwanted network traffic before it impacts service availability. Basic service tier is automatically enabled. So the basic one is automatically enabled. The cloud itself it's giving. Standard service add mitigation capability, tuned to protect Azure virtual network resources, everything, it's available. So how to protect? I think there is a shield. Yeah, this one. No, not this one. The next one will come. Okay, this is one kind of attack. Okay, in the exam, they will ask what is DDoS? Distributed denial of service. It sanitizes the unwanted network traffic. These two keywords, remember. Then the next one is the security groups. What is the security groups? Network security groups, specifically. This is something new in the cloud. In on-premise, we have firewalls, that's all. But network security group is a virtual firewall at the host level. I can define which port I can accept into my server. I can block my server. Okay, this network security group, it's not only for at each host. I can group a host and all the host falls under like this, a subset like that. But from exam perspective, NSG means network security group. It filters network traffic to and from Azure resources on Azure virtual network. Okay, so you can set inbound and outbound rules to filter by source and destination IPs. Okay, you can filter it. Okay, it can override the default rules with higher priority rules also. Okay, then application security group, like the network security group, you can set some inbound and outbound traffic from application perspective. That is called application security group. Okay, ASG provides the grouping of servers which is similar port filtering requirement and group together server with similar functions, such as a web servers. Okay, you can have it. So to safeguard, okay, everything, you need to have combination of all. Network security group, firewall, application security group. If you configure all these three to protect your resources. If any attack comes from outside, these two will protect. These two or more than two will protect. Okay, so that's why they called Azure solution, Azure support combined network security solution. NSG is nothing but network security group with Azure firewall. Okay, web application firewall with the Azure firewall. Perimeter layer, protect your network boundaries with the Azure DDoS protection and Azure firewall. Networking layer. Okay, this is the solution. So this is about the network security. I know that it's a little boring, but exam perspective, you need to aware of that wordings, NSG. When you are actually working in a project, if something not accessible, then the people may say like, oh, there is some NSG issue like that. I think I can stop here. Even I also feel a little bit something I'm confused today because this is a boring subject, but the identity you need to know. Okay, you need to know in the perspective of working. That's all. I mean, you are not going to do anything on identity or network sites. Okay, so I can take the identity on the Monday. Okay, so I can stop here, but I thought to have this demonstration today, but unfortunately I couldn't able to do it. Apologies for that. Monday I can do it. Okay, because that demonstration will give you more idea of the power of the cloud. Okay, that I can. Okay, so any questions?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
This network, we have to select it by our own. While creating the resource group itself, we will be selecting the networks and all, or it is a separate concept. We have to select it in some other time.
No, yeah, that's.
We have to configure it in some other time.
No. Yeah, either you need to create the network at the first, or when you are deploying any resource, you should choose network. You should choose the network in between that, because no resource will exist without the network. See, okay, your question is
Actually, my
construct
question
the compound wall after I constructed the building or before the building, right?
Yes.
What I am trying to say is no building will exist without the concrete. Without the compound. Either you construct, otherwise, when you are starting to construct the building itself, the government will give new compound to you.
Like while we are having the subscription itself, there will be some network like
No,
that. Or...
Not at the subscription. When you are creating, it will ask you, do you have existing network? Okay, there is an options. Maybe I can show you when I'm doing that. Okay, if you're not given, it will create by themselves. So for example, I'm creating one VM. I'm creating one machine learning. I'm creating one another app storage. During this 3 process, I'm not given any network. Now 3 network will be created for you. And inside that network, these resources are there. Or if you say that no, I have a network, then you add your network, all 3 services will be inside. That's right. Yeah, good question. Anything else? Okay, yeah, in that case, yeah, we can wind up today. Yeah, Monday we will see. Have a good weekend. Take care of all of you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.